What is going on, New York Giant fans? Welcome back to another Roster Bubble Series video. If you haven't already, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or a video drops. Appreciate y'all coming back. Share this out. Do all of the good stuff. So we're on to another Roster Bubble Series video for you guys today. And we will be profiling Gunnar Olszewski. But if you guys haven't been to these videos already, we take a player that's on the roster bubble, we talk about their background, we talk about their competition, ways they could win a spot on the roster, ways they could lose a spot on the roster, and then at the end, the prediction. So, we are talking about Gunnar Olszewski. Now, he's a very interesting character. He is 27 years old, 5'10", 180. He started his career at Bemidji State. Bemidji State Beavers, that's the team. Now, I'm probably butchering it, but I've actually never heard of the college before right now. So he was there between 2015 and 2018, was an undrafted free agent in 2019, signed with the Patriots, and was with them till 2021, was actually a first-team All-Pro in 20, and also the punt return yards leader in 20. Then he moved over to the Steelers for 2022, and then he was cut midway into 2023. The Giants picked him up, and he's been with the team ever since. He had an iconic 94-yard punt return for a touchdown against the Los Angeles Rams. But in total last year, statistically, 24 returns, 281 yards. That's 11.7 yards per return. And as far as kick returns go, only 2 returns for 24 yards. That's 12 yards per return, of course. So there's that. Not much of a kick returner, but more of a punt returner. And also just generally on special teams for Gunnar Olszewski, because there's also other positions other than, kick and punt returner on special teams. On the year last year, he played 76 snaps for the Giants on specials, 27%, and 8 snaps on specials for the Steelers, 14%. So he is most likely going to make the team. If he does make the team as a special teamer, he also could play cornerback in a pinch. Kind of reminds me of Matt Cole from a couple of years ago, who's with the Jets and a couple other different teams. He was with the Giants in 2021, and he was a guy that could play DB and wide receiver. I remember, now I don't know if you guys remember this, but in 2019 when he came into the league, the Giants played the Patriots in a preseason game, and Gunnar Olszewski was obviously part of the Patriots. And on the final play of the game, Kyle Lauletta threw a touchdown to Alonzo Russell, and Alonzo Russell was covered by Gunnar Olszewski. So just a little bit of a fun fact there, but he can play corner in a pinch. Again, he's a wide receiver in the NFL as far as a couple of years ago, and a special teamer, punt returner at that. So he's going to compete with Miles Boykin, Dennis Houston, Ayur Asante, John Giles, Bryce Ford Wheaton, Isaiah Hodgins, Isaiah McKenzie, Allen Robinson, and Darnay Holmes, and anyone else who's going to compete on special teams. I'm looking mainly at wide receiver and punt return before anything else. So how can he win? Return ability on special teams, strong returns, no fumbles or mishaps. The Giants haven't had a consistent punt returner, I'm going to say, since Dwayne Harris, and that was almost 10 years ago, believe it or not. So we're in 2024. And that was 8-ish years ago. And then 2017 was pretty much a bust because he was out for the entire season. So the Giants need a strong punt returner. They can't really use any of their star guys. Like we saw what happened with Adoree Jackson a couple of years ago. Wan'Dale Robinson, please no. Jalen Hyatt, please no. Darnay Holmes could be your punt returner. He may or may not be a starter. There was one guy I was forgetting. But nonetheless, Eric Gray, he cannot whatsoever do punt returns. I know they were trying to do that last year, but it was just a failed experiment. So return ability on special teams, strong returns, no fumbles, no mishaps, and also he's going to compete for that role with Isaiah McKenzie too. So McKenzie also does kickoffs, something that Gunnar Olszewski does not. Quality ability as a slot wide receiver, just use your speed, have quality production in the receiving game. You don't have to be super quiet, and you don't have to be super loud, but just have quality production in the receiving game, no drops, stuff like that. Burn the third-team slot DBs. That's how you make a roster, is you make an impact on offense, and your impact is even more felt on special teams. And versatility on special teams. So it's not just punt returns, it's not just kick returns, but blocking and trying to get to the returner as well. And this is a new special team scheme, as I've always talked about with different guys. Michael Gabriel is the new special teams coach, bringing in a couple of different guys from different teams to play specials. And Gunnar Olszewski has a clean slate. Yes, they recognize what he did last year and all over the last few years with New England and Pittsburgh, but new slate, clean slate, and that's good, but that's also bad. How can he lose a spot out-dueled by McKenzie and other returners, injury, fumbles, mishaps on returns, and of course, if he doesn't produce as a wide receiver, if it's bad enough. Now, I don't think that's going to play a huge role in having him make the roster. I think if he gets injured, obviously he's out. And his main competition, in my opinion, is Isaiah McKenzie and a couple of the other return guys. That's his main path to the roster. Quality returns, being a returner, and just excelling in both of those areas. Now, again, I don't know if they're going to have a kick returner in addition to Olszewski make the roster. That would be a little bit silly. But again, you do have multiple options all across the roster to see who goes where and whatnot. But I think Olszewski's main path to the roster rides through special teams punt returns. I do have him making the roster. I think it's going to be very close between him and Isaiah McKenzie. I know Isaiah McKenzie is more favored in the receiving game, but he didn't get a lot of reps last year, and he didn't get a lot of special teams reps last year either. So I think the rust could play a part. You know, if it was 2 years ago and they picked up Isaiah McKenzie, that's fair enough, but McKenzie's value has kind of dwindled a little bit since he was with Buffalo, and then I think he went to the Broncos, or he went to another. No, he didn't go to the Broncos. He went to the Colts, and it just wasn't the same there. But I have Gunnar Olszewski making the roster. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or video drops. Appreciate y'all coming back. Peace out, guys. See you later. Stay cool.